What's up, vinyl community? Cliff the Vinyl Cheapskate here, coming with another Friday drinking music. Tonight, got a good one. Doing a vinyl finds and doing it a little different. This is a bunch of stuff I've gotten for a while now, but I'm keeping it at like my punk and hardcore stuff. I got a bunch of cheap stuff too that I'll show in another video, probably this weekend, early next week. But right now, it's just good stuff. The good stuff coming tonight. The good heavy metal. I got some heavy metal, some punk stuff, a couple 7-inchers CD. You know, all the stuff I like to show. Starting out with, I have no idea if you can hear this or not, but we'll start out with what we're listening to now. Listening to the Thrash Till Death comp. Just picked this up last weekend. Great Japanese hardcore comp. It's a classic from the 80s. I think it was from the 80s. Early 90s, 80s. Pretty sure it was the 80s. Just 4 classic hardcore Japanese hardcore bands on here. It's got Lip Cream, Systematic Death, Gauze, Alto. Pretty thrashy, fast stuff. Excellent. I love this all around, and it's right up my alley. It's all the Japanese hardcore stuff. Got this sweet insert. Gauze and Alto on this side. Lip Cream, Systematic Death on this side. I am 100% sure this is a boot. It just got plain white labels with like a sticker of this cover on both sides slapped on, haphazardly slapped on the label. So it's definitely a boot, but well worth it. It sounds really good, so I don't really care that it's a boot. But great stuff. If you want a good introduction to Japanese hardcore, these are floating around right now, and this is a great Japanese hardcore record to just pick up and dive right in, because this is 4 of the best bands that did it. It's just excellent stuff. Cool shit. Check it out. Japanese hardcore rules. We'll keep on with the Japanese hardcore, because this is more, these guys are more pop punk, but this is the Garlic Boys Love CD. I got this for cheap. It's a good CD. Kind of a little more like pop punky than straightforward pop punky than hardcore, but still really good. This is a fun record. Check this out. If you get a chance to listen to Garlic Boys, this is pretty good. And I picked up a couple 7-inches. I bought an order from a record store in Philly that I like to go to when I'm in Philly, but I just picked this up because 2 of the bands were friends of mine back in the day. I didn't have them, and they had them for cheap. So, but one of them isn't. This is Zero. These guys are like kind of like a Japanese hardcore rip-off band. Not rip-off, but you know, that's the style they play. Really good. Zero's a cool band. Hardcore stuff. Just, you know, in the vein of Japanese Burning Spirits hardcore stuff. Really good. And I picked this up because I didn't have it. And I should have it. I lived with this guy, a guy that was in this band, AOS, for a long time, and Human Waste just ruled. So I don't know why I never picked this up before, but I found it for pretty cheap at Sit and Spins Records Discogs page, so I just went for it. But yeah, AOS, crusty hardcore stuff. Crusty hardcore punk stuff. This is on Profane Existence, just basic ass Profane Existence labels there. AOS, cool stuff. Great artwork on here. Merrill artwork. He did a lot of Deformed Conscious stuff. Great artwork though. This is another one that I was friends with these guys when I lived in Philly. This is Sizzlack, named after Mo Sizzlack. I Am Misery. This is a cool band. They're like kind of like a sludgy grindcore band, more on the metal grindcore kick than anything else. But the bass player here, this is the bass player Kate here, was in a band called Zed, and this guy was in a band. This guy Joe right here, he was in a band called Catheter for a while, and really excellent stuff. This is really good. Kind of flies under the radar a lot, but if you like kind of like weird, like it's kind of like a mix between like the Melvins, like a band like Phobia or something, and like just sludgier stuff. So check this out if you get a chance and you haven't heard it. Sizzlack's cool. They're fun listening. Very good musicians, good music if you're into metal and stuff. Sizzlack's cool. It's different. It definitely sounds different than most things that I've heard. But yeah, that's just some of like the preliminary stuff I got. The stuff that I'm super stoked about, that Thrash Till Death comp. I've been meaning to get one of those for a while. I'm stoked that my record store got copies of it, and I'm glad that they're pressing copies of it, even if it is just a boot. It's still worth having. Now for the big boys. I'm pretty excited about two of these. I'm more excited about than the other two. The other two were kind of opportunistic, and they were pretty cheap, so I picked them up. One's better than the other, but I got myself some NWOBHM LPs. So these are all, I think they're all considered new wave of traditional heavy metal. One's a little on the outskirts, probably 85, 86, so it's a little scooting past it. But the first one I'm going to show is this Fist record, Turn on Hell. Or Turn the Hell On. Turn on Hell. Turn the Hell On. Fist are an early new wave of British heavy metal bands. This is neat, licensed to MCA, so it has the MCA label. But this is a great heavy metal hard rock record from 82, I believe. Yeah, I think it was 82. Just excellent songs on here. Name Rank Serial Number is a great one. Hole in the Wall Gang, The Watcher. Just everything on here. It's just great. Axeman. This is a great record. If you like traditional heavy metal with a little bit of hard rock tinge to it, this is great. There's the boys rocking out. And this is a first press. I got this for pretty cheap too. It's split. But if you know me, which if you watched a bunch of my videos, you know that I don't really care. The sleeve is whatever to me. The record is really what matters. And this one's a little dirty, but still pretty good. See, it's neat records, but I think they were licensed to MCA. But still, I'll take it. Still sounds good. Excellent stuff. I'm stoked to pop this one on later. The other ones I got, these are the ones that are, I think, more loosely a NWOBHM band. And that's these McCoy records that I picked up. I got this McCoy mini album where he's like the Incredible Hulk, busted through the wall. And I got this McCoy Think Hard record, which is on the Mausoleum label, which is pretty sweet. Okay, pretty sweet on the Mausoleum label. Oh, it's upside down. On the Mausoleum label, which is pretty cool. Pretty stoked about that one. But this record there's some wimpy songs on here that aren't that great. There's a couple good ones. I don't remember. I've only listened to this once. And I don't remember which ones I liked. I think Hell to Play is a good one. but I don't remember. I know that the Demon Rose I was not a fan of. But the better of the two, I think, is this mini album. This mini album, I think that it's the perfect amount of songs by McCoy. And McCoy is the dude, John McCoy. He played bass. He played bass in the Gillan Band, and I know that they had, Paul Sampson on guitar. So it's got some links to some pretty cool bands like Sampson and the Gillan Band. And John McCoy was the bass player in the Ian Gillan Band, and this is him kind of going off on his own. And this one's got a pretty cool label too, because this is on. I forget what label this is. John McCoy. What the hell is the name of this label? I don't remember the name of the label. Legacy Records. There you go. So it's on Legacy Records. So it's got original label on there. But I think that this one's better. The mini LP, because it didn't really give them time to put the wimpy records on there. Just on a mini LP, it seems like they just put the bangers on there and then left the junk off. And on Think Hard, it's kind of half and half, I think, if I remember correctly, because I only listened to that one once. I've listened to this one once too. But I'm still excited to have them in the collection. It's still pretty cool. And this album cover is ridiculous. Incredible Hulk McCoy. And last one, this is the one that I was most excited about. And I found this for a deal because it is in rough condition. Like, vinyl's a little rough too. But as rough as it looks, it plays through really nice. And it plays through really nice, and it's pretty good. And this one's also, it's produced by Fast Eddie Clark from Motorhead. It's Tank, Filth Hounds of Haiti. But yeah, like I said, this is a little rough. And I love this here. This is my favorite part. Z-Room garbage metal artwork. So somebody didn't like the artwork very much, but this is an absolute classic, hard rockin', heavy metal album. Super excited to get this one in my collection. The pressing I have here is, I believe it's a Canadian pressing on Addict Records. And I don't know if you can see this, but somebody like... Ooh, let's go stop